This is the drive home with TT for the Mill drive home, driving home from the Den where it finished. Millwall 0, Blackburn Rovers 2. Yuck. What? And that was a horrible game to watch. Boring. Just a nothing game from us. It's difficult to try and do any kind of content, any kind of talk with anything positive to say, because that was pretty poor all around, really. We started off with 3 changes. Archer in goal, Romeo right back, Meredith left back. The return of the bin man, Sean Hutchinson. Jake Cooper as the other centre back. The midfield of Shane Ferguson, Ryan Leonard, Ryan Tunnicliffe and Jed Wallace. And up front we started, not all day, didn't last for very long, with AOB and Tom Elliott. Obviously from the opening kick-off we've gone long and we lose Big Tom. Morrison's come on and we know we're gonna struggle when sorry, some absolute lemons not letting me out for some unknown reason. Thank you very much. Morrison's come on first minute and he's going to struggle because he's not really a 90-minute player anymore. I don't think he done too bad, but if I'd put my finger on anything of why we didn't get anything out of today, is we just weren't inventive in the final third at all. Everything seemed to break down once we got there. We just didn't look like scoring a goal in nearly any part of that game. To be fair, neither did Blackburn. Blackburn done absolutely nothing in that game. Did not deserve to get anything out of. They didn't deserve to get the win. I think it was a game that had 0-0 written all over it until one slick piece of play. He's cut it back, and obviously it's bundled it in. It was gonna be a game like that. It was like I said, maybe their finish for the second goal was a bit of quality, but just a game that petered through it the whole way. Just had nothing about it. I thought that our crowd today actually wasn't too bad. For a lot of it, we tried to lift the players. We tried to get them going, but it didn't really work. I can only really remember us having one shot on target with Marlon Romeo, where it was cut back to him and he's hit it near post and the keeper saved it comfortably, to be honest. But other than that, we got to the byline a lot, but the final ball in was awful. We just never really put them under enough pressure. My man of the match today, because I felt like they worked tirelessly, were all over the pitch, was Ryan Leonard. I thought Ryan Leonard put in a workman-like performance. Not great, like I said, not great going forward, but breaking up the play. I felt like he'd done enough to get the man of the match. You're looking at it, Romeo was trying to drive forward with the ball. I thought Jed Wallace had an awful game, to be honest. One of Jed's worst games for a long time. AOB was virtually, I know the people that were there and some of you that are watching it on Sky, but I don't remember him doing really anything in the game. And you can't have that. You can't have players on the pitch that are anonymous, and there was too many Lions players, certainly in the final part of the pitch, doing absolutely nothing. We'll go on to ref watch. There's 2 of them, and both of them give us absolutely nothing today. We got no 50-50 decisions. It added to the general malaise around the team and the atmosphere. We just, there's one. The referees weren't great, but the linesman on our side was bent. There's no other way of putting it. There's one where he's flicked off the defender's foot, their player's foot. It's gone out for a throw in, and it's obviously changed the trajectory of the ball. The ball starts spinning, and it's right there. There's no way he hasn't seen it. He's given us absolutely nothing throughout the first half. The second half, obviously the goal's very tight. I think he's just on. If it was the other way around, he's going to put his flag up for offside. It's as simple as that. It was just awful, tiresome, same old decisions going against. Gregory gets ploughed into the back right near the ends. Even we're 2-0 down, nothing's going to happen from it, and it gives him nothing. It's just it's disappointing. That's not the, again, I know I go on about the refs. I'm not saying that's the reason we lost, but it doesn't help when you know you're not going to get anything. It makes the play. Sometimes it works in our favour. Sometimes the players, it gets them going, and other times you just see them like their heads drop. And I think today was one of those days. In the final third, we just did not do enough. In the final third, we just didn't create enough. We've brought Ben Thompson back, and I think it would have lifted the crowd if he'd have come on. We've got no pace in the fight. We've got no pace up front, and teams are wise to it. And if they defend well enough, if they can take our physical style of play, and I think Blackburn did match us physically, then we are going to struggle. There's absolutely no doubt about it, because we can't get in. They made one mistake where they pushed too far forwards, and two of them were further back, and we got in behind and probably should have made more of it. I think it was when Gregory was on the pitch, but we didn't, and that's, like I said, that's where we just didn't click when we needed to. It's harsh because I don't think Hutch and Cooper at the back played too badly. I don't think Leonard and Tunnicliffe in the middle played too badly, but we had nothing creative today, absolutely nothing, and it's hard to watch that. And you know we've been on a run of 4 wins in a row. To throw it away as cheaply as that, it is disappointing. Like I said, Blackburn did not deserve a win out of that game. No chance, no way. We've gone away so many times this season, and I would have absolutely loved to see us go, like even at Blackburn where it was a 0-0 draw there. We don't seem to get that where we nick 1 or 2 at the end, and Blackburn didn't deserve it, but it should have finished 0-0. We've obviously got a very tough away game next week with Middlesbrough. It's difficult to see how we're going to get anything out of that, but you just never know. We play direct football. Middlesbrough matched us very well last season, and it was our worst performance, or one of our worst performances up there when we lost 2-0. I'm not going, there's no way I can get up there in time after my under 8 Lions training session, so I'm disappointed because it's going to be 2 weeks without football off the back of that, and it just doesn't feel well. It doesn't feel good on you, I tell you. You know that when I'm up, and when I'm down, this will ruin my absolute weekend now. And my under 8 Lions played well this morning. I suppose that's the one saving grace. Zach, who was man of the match?
No one really.
There you go. No one really. Put what you want in the comments. Most of you would have watched the game. What did you think? Where do you think we're going wrong? It's hard to be too down on them because we've had a good run. I felt we matched Blackburn physically. We stopped them playing, but we created so little, and that's where I'm putting it down to. It's hard to be too harsh on the defence because they're 2 goals against the runner, completely against the runner play, but we did sit too deep at the end. Thank you for all the likes on the other videos, and subscribe to the channel. It's good that I know that you's out there that supporting what I'm doing and the club. I'm going to leave it now because I've got 50 minutes to drive home, and I feel absolutely crap. There's no other way of putting it. Try and cheer me up. It's one game. Hopefully that'll be the worst one of the season. Never stop believing. Come on, you Lions.